Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're tired of manually processing invoices and want to automate your entire document workflow, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to show you how to build a complete automation that pulls invoices from Google Drive, extracts all the data using AI, and automatically updates your Google Sheets, all without lifting a finger. Let's dive in. I will demonstrate how to use N8N to pull an invoice image that I uploaded to Google Drive, extract the invoice content in JSON format using DocVision, an AI system that extracts information from financial documents, and update a Google Sheet with the content we extracted from the document. The process connects three platforms. The first is, of course, N8N for automations, Google Drive for the documents, and we will perform the parsing of the documents themselves using DocVision. Let's start with Google Drive. In a preliminary step, I created two folders. The first one is unprocessed, where I upload the invoice. The N8N will pull the invoice, send it to DocVision, extract the data, and transfer the invoice to the process directory. There, we will see the document, the fields in the JSON that DocVision extracted. For example, the total, sum, and a table with all the items purchased on the invoice. Additionally, we will also generate a row in this table with the data we extracted from the invoice. Before we dive into the settings, let's see the flow in action. I click Execute. It starts by pulling the invoice, sends it to DocVision, extracts the data to Google Sheet, and creates the files in the folders. Let's look at the result. So, as expected, a new row was created in the document. We have all the data we wanted to know from the invoice, and the document moved from the unprocessed folder to the process folder. So here we can see the document with all the fields we extracted from the invoice. Now, let's see how to configure the process in DocVision. I enter the platform, and I can see several options. What interests us is the API webhook. We will use the upload. Let's copy it. What I need to configure here in this N8N node is the URL to which I want to send the request, and the parameters sent with the request. So the content type is of type form data. The format is binary file, the parameter name is file, and the data is what I received from the previous step where I did the download, which we will look at in more detail in a moment. And here we can see what it returns. Let's go back to DocVision and go to the files and folders. And here I can see the document that came up with all the fields that were pulled. So I have here the general fields, the total, and the tax that we saw earlier. And these are the items that were extracted from the invoice. Now, how does it work? So the first step we need to do is connect N8N to Google Drive. This is a bit of an annoying process, but it is technical. You just need to go step by step, as explained in the next video. It's a short video of a few minutes that demonstrates how to connect Google Drive to N8N. Of course, there are countless such videos on YouTube, you just need to search. Our flow starts with a scheduler. The scheduler is a very simple node where we give it minutes, and it starts the flow every 2 minutes in this case. After that, we have a node that connects to Google Drive and receives the document. So here I define from where, so I would have to choose the specific folder we called unprocessed that I created earlier. Note that we are looking for a resource of type file and folder, operation search, and search method. That's it. What this returns to us is the ID of the file and the name of the file. After that, we have a move file node. We take the file from the unprocessed folder, pull its ID, and here again I choose my drive and the final folder, in this case, process. After I transferred the file, I do a download. Resource of type file, operation download. We see the pattern here is quite similar. The idea is that it receives the ID and performs a download. Here is the connection to DocVision. So as we saw earlier, we pull the data and send it to the API. The result is this, the status of the document and all the fields. We send this to a node that knows how to add rows to Google Sheets. We can see all the settings here. We need to define a resource, operation, pen row, and the values. So here, for each column, we can fit a value from the JSON that came from DocVision. So we see here the date, the status, the invoice number, business name, everything we want to extract. And this is the result. We see that all the fields were indeed saved in the Google Sheet, as we saw earlier. This is very similar to what we saw at the beginning. It's quite repetitive. Resource folder, operation create. So I want to create a folder for every document. And I want to save both the JSON we received from DocVision and the document itself. Therefore, I first create a folder. The folder will take the name of the document. Again, very similar, it repeats itself. The next node is for creating a file. File create from text. This is the content. This is what we receive from the DocVision API. And ultimately, I return whatever value I want. In this case, I want to return the document ID in case I want to perform additional actions with this flow. And that's it. You now have a fully automated invoice processing workflow that connects N8N, Google Drive, and DocVision. This setup will save you hours of manual data entry and ensure your financial records are always up to date. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more automation tutorials. Drop any questions in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.